half a row and then planted themselves into a lake. Must have been feeling a bit hot under the collar and needed to cool off.
Field 61. Fold that up. Turn some lights on so we can see things. And find a road. Oh, this one right beside me. That is annoying that I can't individually put up the lines. Hopefully there's a course here. I might as well check. There is. Right, what field was that again? 61. Well, on you go, son. Field 61. Not 70, 60. 1. Go. And how much of this have I done? Ploughing. 95%, almost done with this as well. Not doing too... Hang on, I'm getting money coming in from somewhere. Oh, I just accept... Never mind. I just realised I just clicked it on that contract. But I will say, somehow doing these two contracts... No, I'll take that back as well. Geez, my memory's brilliant, isn't it? I was going to say, after I bought that new spray implement, I was down to 50,000, I'm up to 74. And for some reason I thought the only two contracts I've done since I bought that is this ploughing job and the cultivating job. So how have I ended up getting 20 odd grand from it? Because I bought the spray thing to do more jobs, didn't I? Those ones I've done. We won't be needing the wheel for tomorrow, I don't think. No, brighter. No, wrong button. Here we go. I want to see things. Field 61 is this one here. So the way it's going at the moment with this stream, actually taking DJ's name off it's probably pointless. We've got enough contracts to keep us going.
Almost not. I just got
There's not that many left, dude.
Yeah, as I said, I just snapped up the last small fertilising contract for $300. So I would get it out of the way and get it done. And there's a cultivating one for the same price.
I just got another $4,848 in harvest income, and my balance did go up.
Yeah, it has to be the sugar beets then.
But that makes no sense. It's not the right farm for it.
Because, yeah, those were delivered just now.
Contract on field 10 finished. I'm not doing field 10.
Unless you're subcontracted to, actually, because that wouldn't share the payout, would it?
No, because it's what if I used my equipment, the money would come to me, but it's his equipment that has been used.
And of course you're doing field 10. You're on field 10 right now, dude.
Oh, right, okay. There we go. I knew that. I was just saying if you guys were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Of course not. Can't afford it. Not in this global economy.
What What are you smoking, brother?
Oh, that might be a good question. I
What
have
the
no
heck
idea.
are you doing?
Who? You're a worker again.
Yeah. I sent him to field 6. First he drove towards the shop, which is the wrong direction. And now he's driving down to field 70, which is the wrong direction. Like, what the hell?
Well, he's got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right.
It's got to be the way the auto drive's set up. You're using the auto drive, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
So maybe you need to check the course.
Might have been because he didn't lift up the implement and was dragging it over the floor. Which is weird.
Could make a difference. I need to go and put about $8.5 grand into DJ's account. Good news is I'm making money pretty quick. I'm almost back up to 100,000. I almost made 50 grand for the day.
Yeah, thing is, if the sugar beets keep being delivered to your farm, he's not going to be able to finish the contract.
No, because my first delivery I did on it, I didn't get any money. So I think the contract's finished and this is the overhang. Oh, 8 grand an overhang, actually, that seems...
Yeah, no, because if you check, remove foliage, there's still more than half the fields to be harvested, and I doubt that he had that much.
Okay, yeah, so 8 grand would be too much. I'll give him what I got, because I got roughly the same field, which was 2,000 odd. I'm going to finish that contract off and recuperate any money that, yeah, because something's definitely gone wrong there. And we'll sort it out that way, and we just tell him the hired worker finished the thing, and I'll put in the money for him. Hopefully it tells me how much it was. So I'll set the hired worker on this for the moment, jump on out, go over to his farm. That is really, really bizarre. The contract for his harvesting, yeah, 35% done. Hang on a second. He's got a baling contract here that he hasn't collected on, and he's got 3 contracts. So field 15 and he's got field 16. Field 15's completed, but he didn't collect on it before he started to grab the other one. The cheating beggar.
I think if I'm the 15
but
is what we're saying, but
probably because he was still using the equipment.
Yeah, but he can't do it. You've got to get...
No,
then he can't do
I
it.
know that. But wait, didn't he miss one of the streams and had 3 contracts allowed last on Sunday? I'm not sure, I'm asking.
No, I'm pretty sure he did... he's done all of it. Johnson's farming family market. Yes. All right, what do we got here? So the harvesting contracts were $23,302. Let me write that down. Where's my pen? Yeah. No, I don't think he missed any out last week. He was here for all of them. He's only missing out today. Remember, he was going to miss out on one, but he ended up turning up.
Oh yeah.
I'll double check that. He was here on Sunday, so that means he either missed the Monday or the Sunday one from last week. So I'll watch one of the VODs and see if he's here. If he was here, I can't do that. That's not within the rules. So, and I'll give him an extra 2,000 and total that up, and we'll cancel this which is going to cost them 12,000, so I've got to put another 12,000 in. 228. So that's 0. Let me add up here. Add the 1, that's 3. 5, 6, 7, 27,630.
Yeah, thing is that contract will show up again now. Because it's probably gonna reset the field and show up again as a new contract.
Maybe it isn't because it's taken money away, so it might not, because some of it was done. We'll find out.
No, the field is completely red again.
I just figured it was showing up for everyone because it's being glitched out.
Right, that sorts them out. Oh well, in that case, we'll see. We'll see. If it does, we won't take it. No one will have it. That's the way we sort of sort that out. Need to go back to my farm. Oh, wrong button. Clearly. Just join. Yeah, that's what I need to do. There we go. Alright, now I need to take that money out of my account because it's unfair with the competition. Not that I know exactly how much it is, but I'll take $8,500 out. That's pretty close, I would imagine. Not 85,000, 8,500.
No, it is supposed to be 85,000. You know it to be true.
What have really gone well then would have been a cough at the end of that.
Yeah, well, as Bowen pointed out, comedic timing's not our thing.
He didn't say that.
I know he implied it.
Yeah, he said we suck at jokes, so.
No, he said we weren't known for it.
Doesn't mean you're
Not
not.
necessarily stipulating any good or bad.
Potato,
just,
potato.
I'm not known for not getting lost, but occasionally I don't get lost.
Yeah, you are not known for not getting lost, so you are known for getting lost. Double negative, buddy.
Yeah. But he's also fitting in with the sentence and changing it around for the situation, which makes sense. I mean, it's not correct, but...
Oh, you get what I mean, so it is correct. You're just being picky. If you know, if I got my point across, what more do you need? That's the whole point of language, to get your point across.
Whose point is cross? How can a point be cross? Oh, I'm so funny.
When you're searching for water.
When a point is crossed means that...
Order.
I'll say when a point is crossed, that means X marks a spot. So therefore a point on the map is a cross.
Oh, Jesus.
You asked for it, didn't you?
Which I sometimes wonder if I'll ever beat a 5-year-old in the "but why" argument, just by continually getting more outlandish answers and, you know, plausible solutions and explanations for things.
Well, you can. You just got to realise there's always an argument and an argument. The argument doesn't have to be factual or anything else like that, but you can argue a point. And anyone comes back with an argument of your argument, you just come back with an argument for that argument. Can be done. Used to do it. Me and my mate used to do it a lot. Which is how I ended up learning how to test things in life. Things you hear and things, see if they're true or not. Because if you argue a point and you think it's a true point, and then you can find an argument against that point and it's true, you're not trying to win the argument, it's a legitimate argument, and keep doing it until you can't argue, because what you can't do is actually argue with the truth. You can if you want to, but you'd be wrong. But if you want to be right, once you found the truth, you can't argue it. You can't disprove it because it's the truth.
Well, that's why politicians don't argue with facts.
No, they baffle you with BS. Which is one of my father's favourite sayings. If you can't baffle them with science, baffle them with BS.
Yeah, that'll beat them with the brains, baffle them with that stuff. Although one that I actually got a chance to use the other day was you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Sorry? The other... What?
You can...
No, I know...
The horse to the water.
I know the saying. It's been around for donkey's years. But
Yeah, no, I just had a golden opportunity to use it, and it's one of those things like, I never actually get a chance to crack out these old sayings.
Sorry, I thought it was like, I thought you were saying that you learnt about it the other day. That's what confused me.
No.
I thought it's older than Noah.
The whole argument of it's impossible to refute the truth. Yeah, try explaining that to my sibling, which once again loops back to that horse and water problem. He's not so silly, but once in a blue moon we've tried having lengthy discussions about why he's wrong about something, and he's just like, no, I'm right, you're wrong. End of argument. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but the problem with that, leading a horse to water, but you can't teach him to drink. If the horse can't drink, there's no point leading him to water, so you're just wasting your time anyway.
Well, because you want to see the horse improve and live long and, be useful in the future, but, I mean, if it's going to go off and find less important things to do, like not breathe.
Fair enough, Dave. A good point. Wait a moment. Have you finished? By golly gosh, he has. Right, we'll send him back to, actually I'll drive him, I'll set the worker back on him, drive him back. And with a bit of luck I can finish these last two contracts before day's end. I thought I was on the bottom right of the map. I'm not on the bottom left. Well, was. I didn't think I was that far away from the shop. Dab-nammit. Oh. I looked away from the screen just once. For 1 second. And on that fateful moment. Today on Mythbusters, we're going to find out what happens when you put a trampoline going at 63 kilometers an hour straight into a giant AI car. Let's see what happens. Already have.
Remember, the only difference between science and tomfoolery is writing it down. Otherwise, just introduce yourself, give it a funny title, and then just go for it on camera. Works with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, look at how dirty these things are. Oh, I've got to unfold the thing, don't I? Damn it. What's the time?
Which
8 o'clock.
tractor are you currently driving, Smudo? I said, which tractor are you currently driving?
My Messi.
Got a bit of a blind spot on your port and starboard sides.
That's left and right for those of you who are not in the nautical know. In that order, by the way. Left and right. Actually, if anyone's wondering, it might be pointless information, but if you really want to, don't know well, you know what port and starboard is, but you don't know which is which, the easiest way is that to remember is port has 4 letters and so does left. And that way you know port is left.
The way I was taught was...
unless you're an alcoholic.
I was going to say, yeah, Sailor would ask how much port is left in the bottle. We're putting emphasis on the word port and left.
This field. Oh, look at this, I can reverse properly.
Which really had me scratching my head is the fact that my ex-girlfriend struggled with left and right. It wasn't a dyslexia thing, they just keep getting it mixed up in their heads. Got another friend who does the same thing. They're just wired differently, apparently.
What's it
but
doing?
They knew port and starboard perfectly fine.
Oh, it's got that.
Yeah, I mean, I always know where right is, but with left I always have problems, you know?
Yeah, I got in trouble as a kid. There's a school play about, you know, dragon visiting the end of the rainbow or something like that, and it became this whole thing of someone says, oh, you turn right, and then the dragon goes, oh, which way's right? I says, well, you're right with your right, and the one that is left is your left. I put my hand up. Yes, I'm a left-hander.
I like the smell, but 2 things wrong with it. A, you used to be able to, like, reset it so you don't follow the yellow lines, but he's got rid of that, so you've got to reset the yellow lines all the time, which is a right pain in the backside. And the magic way it likes to decide to set the headland manoeuvre at the end sometimes when you haven't set it. And there used to be a reset button. Well, there is a reset button, but you used to be able to just, after you set the yellow lines, if you didn't bring them up, you could go down and set a new line just to follow with the red ones. And it's got rid of that, and it gets me. I keep forgetting. So it turns out we might be able to do the Wheel of Fortune. How many contracts have you got left, Mr. Patrio?
0.
How many contracts have you got left, Mr. Smudo?
0.
Okay. Well, there we go. Light so we don't drain the battery. That never happens in the game, which I'd like that actually to be in the game, to be honest. I'd love it to be in the game.
Why?
Realism. Your battery drains, you got to go off and get the battery charger or jump start the tractor or something like that.
I'm trying to think about it. That'd be a really annoying feature to add to Gran Turismo. A lot of modern cars, yeah, traction control and other functions, yeah, you have to do the Konami code basically with your feet. I think the Prius was a good example of that one. Basically, to switch into performance mode, you had to foot on the brake, foot on the foot-mounted handbrake, click it into drive, do something else, touch a button, hold this down, tap that brake a couple of times. Like there's a whole dance that you have to do to get this thing to work properly. Imagine trying to do that in the actual game. Instead of the current situation where you go to the pre-start race menu and just go traction control. No thanks. ABS. Yeah, sure.
Well, I was sitting here. I'm going to say this very, very slowly. In the hopes that I'll get this done before 9 o'clock. It doesn't appear that's going to be the thing, so I'm only going to have the choice of one contract. There is a but to it, but I'm going to wait until I get to that. Now, in this game, I've ploughed a lot of fields, I have, but this is the first time I've ever ploughed a quarry. That's how much stones are on this field. Oh, the clutch pedal's been a bit touchy today.
No, that's one joke you wouldn't get. I guess you're ploughing the field for the Pie family.
Guessing
So
that's
everything else.
brand of pie.
Nope. It's a reference to a cartoon which really narrows it down, but I'd be surprised if anyone in the audience can work out which one.
Yes, audience. Rack your brains, aka Google, and figure out which one he's referring to. "12 minutes to go. 11 minutes to go. "10 minutes to go. I'm still on the same row and we've gone through 2 minutes in game. "3 minutes. So, roughly with the turns and everything, I'm going to guess it's about 4 minutes, which means I'm only going to be able to do 2 more rows. So unless a miracle happens, as in, how much of this have I got to go? 76%. It's not going to help. But I'm getting to the butt of what I said before, but I suppose I was lucky enough that the guys decided that they didn't want to sleep.
Still in the process of cleaning up my machines, putting them away and stuff. So in that sense, yeah, we kind of got lucky there.
Whereas I'm just waiting for the night to go over after everyone's complete with their stuff so that I can go for a fresh air break again.
But you should have done that now while you're waiting, because we've got to do the wheel thing tomorrow, which you need to be around for.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way so it's all locked in rather than, excuse me, causing a hold up.
Just wondering if I should shut the window or not. Oh, the reason you guys won't hear the dog barking through Discord is because of the level of my mic. It'll be a lot lower than OBS because it's set to OBS and OBS picks it up and is a lot louder and stuff like that. And the reason why I had to lower it down. Here in Discord, I'm going to be a lot quieter than I will be on the stream. So it's not going to pick up. And the compressor's probably not playing a part because every time I talk, it might come through. Ah, dead limit. Alright, sleepy time. Going to 8 o'clock. No, I'm just going to slow time down while I refresh so it doesn't go through so quick. That looks like all of them. All right, I shall go to the other screen and we'll get the wheel going, which means I'm going to miss out, but that's all right. If it comes up with me, I'll quickly get rid of the name. Actually, if it comes up with me the first time, I can get rid of all the names. It gives me that option. So here's the wheel. And here is the first spin of the day. And the winner is, surprisingly, not Smudo.
What do you mean surprisingly?
That's why I said
I
not.
feel mobbed. Eh?
You done? Yes, no?
No, not yet.